about animal cruelty, abuse, and neglect. Every year in this nation, millions of animals die from animal cruelty, abuse, and neglect. And actually, that's not just in this nation, that's around the world. Sorry, that was my mistake. They die at the hands of people who brought them home as pets. They die at the hands of lab technicians and scientists. They die in the fight ring. They die of the saddest death, which is of a broken heart while waiting for somebody to come and get them from a shelter. Now, the Humane Society of the United States at humanesociety.org gives statistics that 64% of all abuse cases are dogs, 18% are cats, and 25% are other domestic animals such as farm animals and exotic animals. The animal that is abused the most, according to the Humane Society, is the pit bull, and NowPublic.com puts their deaths in this nation alone at 10,000 per year. And that is due to the fight rings. That is due to the fact that they are over-exercised by their owners. They are forced to breed. They are starved. They are drugged. They are beaten, and they are killed if they lose. And when their owners run out of meat for them, they are just abandoned on the side of the road. There are laws in this nation to protect these animals. 47 states, animal abuse, neglect, and cruelty is a felony. In 3 states, it is just a misdemeanor. Those 3 states are Idaho, South Dakota, and North Dakota. That is 3 states too many for these poor animals. According to the ASPCA, there's a place where you can look up your state laws, and it's through the Michigan State University College of Law, Animal Legal, and Historical Center. I'll give you New Jersey's. It's probably pretty common. It's New Jersey Statute Title 4, Agriculture and Domestic Animals, Chapter 22, Prevention of Cruelty to Animals states that animal cruelty is the deprivation of necessary substances, needlessly killing an animal, inflicting unnecessary cruelty, failure to provide proper food and drink, shelter or protection from the weather, leaving the animal or creature unattended in a vehicle in inhumane conditions, to the welfare and in adverse conditions to the health and welfare of the animal or creature. Sorry, I have to read these. And the nutshell version is to purposely, knowingly, recklessly torment, torture, maim, hang, poison, unnecessarily, cruelly beat, and needlessly mutilate a living animal or creature. So I just want to step back to the one really fast, to leaving your animal or creature unattended in a vehicle in inhumane conditions adverse to the health and welfare of the life of the animal. That is pretty common in this nation. People take their animals out in the heat. They leave them in the car to run in the store. They come out, their animals passed away from heat, from no oxygen in the car, getting too hot. They bake to death. I mean, to put it bluntly, they bake to death in the car. So please, I beg you, leave your animals at home. You know, if you don't have air conditioning, you probably have a fan on for them. If you don't have that, at least they have a full floor to lay on. They're in the shade. Or if you have a basement, they can hide in the basement where it's always cool. There are signs of abuse, and there are emotional signs, which I know from experience with dogs, is depression, just like depression in a human being. People see depression in dogs, the same signs, the mopey, head down, they don't want to do anything. There's also, they either are super aggressive, they're aggressive to other people, or they love on other people like crazy, and they don't want to have anything to do with their owner. So if you're out for a walk and you pet a dog that's abused, neglected, they will want to be with you, and as the owner drags them away, they will look back at you like desperately wanting you to come get them. There are physical signs, which I got a good list from NowPublic.com, which is malnutrition, hair loss, unexplained injuries, health problems, or permanent disabilities, being left in extreme heat for more than 15 minutes, which that also means outside. Just let them out like in extreme heat to do their business. Maybe run around for a few minutes and then bring them back in, because in that heat, they will drain all their energy very quickly. Their body temperature will rise very quickly. And you could have one sick dog on your hands after that. Animal hoarding, which we see a lot of that around here in the Philadelphia area, which is where one person, it's a mental problem with a psychological problem with a person, and they just constantly bring these animals into their house and they can't take care of them. Engaging in dog or cockfighting, which we discussed, shock collars, electric fences, and prompt collar training. Electric fences, I know some people who use them for their livestock, like the horses and cows. They say it doesn't hurt them. I've never seen it hurt them. So that's kind of a moral choice on your part. But shock collars and prong training collars, I think, are abusive to dogs. You know, they don't listen to you. Well, maybe you should get a trainer. You know, maybe you should have some patience. Because one thing I learned is if you trust your dog, he will return that trust tenfold. So don't use prong collars. You know. And flea and tick infestments, when I worked with animals, I had a dog come in to me one time who had ticks, literally on ticks. Ticks in his skin, and then a tick on top of that tick, on top of that tick. It was a sad state, and I came in covered with ticks. And aggression towards people, which I already discussed. Ways to prevent it. Ways you can prevent animal cruelty is to take care of your own animals properly. Have your animals spay and neutered to ease up the population problem, help ease up the population. Teach your children, your neighbor's children, and any other children who come around your animal how to properly play with an animal, treat an animal, pet an animal. You know, you don't want to be the doggy lover who want them to be the doggy lover who winds up and strangles the animals because they love them so. And support your local ASPCA, local shelter, local humane society. What else? Oh, and know people to get in touch with when you see or suspect animal abuse, which they are the ASPCA, your local humane society, your local shelter, state and local police. And ASPCA.org has a page you can go to where you can report animal abuse, and right there online, and they will get it to the correct people. And it's sad when you see these animals. It's sad when you go with these animals because you just want to take it all in and with yourself, and you can't properly care for them. So one animal gets blood and one doesn't. So if we all come together and help, we can care for the animals. We can care for our communities. We can teach children how to properly take care of animals at a young age. And if you see abuse, don't be afraid to stand up and open your mouth. Don't be afraid to report it. And you can also help by writing to your legislators, your congressman, and any other politician. You can write to any other politician you can call to make the laws in your state and in your town tough.